So let's going back to those early days and talking about how, what was the initial differentiation
Yeah.
of AP systems and how has it evolved since? Can we talk a little bit about that?
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah. So, like I said, that first differentiator was, let's make it easier on the installer so we can produce the same product and they just, they have to, install half as much. And
Half as
uh
much because the key differentiation being for AP systems versus Enphase, start with a 2-to-1 ratio of one microinverter per two panel, like per two panels as opposed to per panel. Um,
exactly. And if at that time Enphase had just come out with a dual module microinverter, they probably would have wiped AP systems off of the face of the earth. Because we would have had no other differentiator, right? So then uh, and it's a good problem to have. It's like, hey, if they do that, what are we going to do? We have to have more than just that in our wheelhouse. Like there's got to be more that we can bring to the table. And
that
so we,
before you go move in there, like there's still quite a bit of benefits to 2-to-1. Just doing that,
oh,
the key
absolutely.
benefits being like less BOS,
Yeah.
less labor,
Yeah, the
less
faster
moving
installation
parts.
time. Yeah. So yeah, you hit it the nail on the head. So less installation time. You're also, yeah, because of the shared componentry in there, so you can share about 30% of the components. So if you think
Yeah,
about that, two of ours, two individual microinverters, um, versus one microinverter serves two PV modules that has 30% fewer components than the two separate microinverters. I mean,
yeah,
essentially 30% less in cost to produce.
yeah,
So just by the nature of that, you have an opportunity to provide a better value. But yeah, you add the installation time on top of it. You add increased reliability on top of that. Yeah, all of that just really helps to contribute to that argument. And still with the dual MPPT, so you're not losing anything in terms of being able to support individual modules.
yeah. Got it. Okay, please move on.
Yeah, so we had to try to figure out a better way to differentiate. We wanted to keep what we had, in that multi-module feature, but we really wanted to augment that. And so I told you earlier when I got all the leadership in the room and we're trying to figure out how we're going to create the marketing foundation, and what makes AP Systems unique. One of the big ones was innovation, and it's not just when you are creating a company and you say these are our core values, this is our mission statement, et cetera. Many people can approach that like that's good marketing. It's all fluff. That's what they think. But when you really set your sights on a core value like innovation and you really try to differentiate based on that, at a leadership level, that's where you invest your time, your energy, your focus, your money. And so AP Systems, the leadership decided we're going to put our money where our mouth is. We're really going to try to be the most innovative product in the industry and really set ourselves apart as a global inverter manufacturer. So um, they invested millions into R&D and to take these dual module microinverters. What they produced in uh, 2016, 2017 was the YC600. And at the time, it was the most powerful microinverter, most advanced microinverter in the world. So we looked at um, every single data point, looking at spec sheets side by side, us versus others in the industry, including Enphase, and how can we uh, beat them in each of these different categories in terms of power output, in terms of um, capability, in terms of reliability on the roof and installation time, all these things. And that's how we came out with the YC600. And we also came out with our three-phase microinverter, which was actually a 4-in-1, so it connects to 4 PV modules. We came out with a 4-in-1 residential microinverter called the QS1, and essentially we continued to endeavor to better ourselves in terms of innovation. We didn't want to be seen as a Me Too product. We didn't want to be seen as, because we're providing it at better value, it's really easy to perceive APsystems as, you know, a lower quality product. If I offered you 2 Blu-ray players, one is $80 and one's, you know, $50, you make assumptions about what the $50, you know, one, what the quality is. But we really endeavored to do, okay, same technology, same high capacity capability, same efficiency, reliability, et cetera. And, you know, here's a better price, just because by the nature of how we're able to make these things. So, yeah, so that is, you know, the how we really tried to step away and step forward and differentiate.
Yeah. So talking about that differentiation, can we dive a little into like what makes it, what is the key differentiation? So the wider operating range, the wider voltage MPPT, and also we talked about how perhaps I know you've done some presentations showing a slide of the wider shoulders of um, the APsystems inverter performance versus a traditional or another microinverter like Enphase. I don't know if this is a time to pull up those slides and show what that looks like. I think it might be useful to talk a little bit about how that extra benefit comes about.
Sure. So there are a couple of different slides that I can show you on that.
Yeah.
But it really starts, the conversation really starts with, you know, in trying to differentiate, are you trying to bring value to everyone in the chain, distributor, installer, end user, or you really just focused on the end user? And we noticed some other competitors in the industry that are just, you know, lots of, you know, big flash marketing, really just trying to drive branding to the end user. And in some cases, you know, you have solar installers that are, you know, pushed and carried along because that's what's being demanded, even if it isn't a great product, or even if they're tough to work with.
And
And
their
we
margins
set
are
out,
getting squeezed
yes,
because of
and
that.
we set out to be the installer's microinverter, because invariably they are the ones who are the backbone of success in our solar industry in the U.S. So, so when we were introducing our most recent product, we had a good product evolution leading up to that point of dual and quad microinverters, really trying to separate ourselves and add value. And this is one where we really went, you know, down to brass tacks, down to the chalkboard, and went, okay, what are the things that installers really care about? What are the things that end users really care about? And let's really figure out how we, as, you know, just an inverter manufacturer, can help to impact those things in a meaningful way